in public crabs. They put all the crabs on each woman's table and use this steel bucket that they use. They no longer use, birds use steel buckets, but the other crab houses had the crabs dumped in a crab car thing, and they shovel the crabs.
Oh, wow.
But we always use to birds the steel buckets, and they were big and square. Sometimes Val would put anywhere from 4 to 5 buckets on each woman's table that were fast pickers, and it was always a lady. You had a partner, lady on this side, lady on the other side of the table. So that's why they put so many buckets of crab on each crab box. So I want to show you where Val and all the rest of men that over birds use the galvanized buckets. So they come on a cart, or 8 or 9 carts on a bucket, a cart, and they would dump the crabs like this. And use it to the crabbers. If any crab fell on the floor, they would throw it in the trash because it was contaminated. But they said, you know, if they hit the floor like this one, they would always throw it in the trash because it would be contaminated.
Okay, so while you're getting set up, I'm going to start asking you a few questions. Could you tell us your name?
Hurricane Hazel Cropper,
Okay, Hurricane Hazel Crosser. How old are you?
81 years old of this year.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so where are you from?
Crisfield, Maryland, Somerset County.
Have you ever lived anywhere else?
I used to stay in Delray Beach, Florida, Deerfield, when I was younger, after I married.
How long did you stay there?
I guess for 2 years.
Wait.
But I didn't like it too much because I was still doing what I'm doing. And down Florida, the crabs were not like the crabs that we picked.
Wow.
So I did Deerfield, I worked in the cove doing housekeeping.
So that's what made you come back to Crisfield, that you missed picking the crabs.
And missing my mom and daddy.
Oh, wow. So you could say that pretty much Crisfield has your heart.
That's right. I was born and raised here.
Born and raised here. So picking crabs is really your thing. How long have you actually been picking crabs?
My grandmother, Mamie Bishop, learned me how to pick crabs when I was 9 years old.
Wow.
And off and on, this is my thing. From the crab house to the chicken house, field work, anything make a dollar to help raising my kids that I do.
Okay, I see you're really actually going after that crab. Now you took off the claws. Some people may actually like the claws. Is the claws not a valuable part of it?
Yes, it is. After we picked the body of the crab, we had tubs and tubs of claws just like this trash can.
Wow.
Sometimes I would have 4 or 5 because I was teaching my children how to work. So it made a big difference. Learn them how to crack claws.
Wow. Okay.
And whatever they made, I would always give them, when Friday comes, how many pounds they cracked. So it made them interested in working.
That's a good value to actually teach somebody, is how to teach them.
Right.
And a lot of times parents actually teach them something that they know how to do so they could be the next generation
That's
of
right.
best whatever it is they're teaching them. So that's fantastic.
Well, my family always did teach the younger ones how to work, field work or whatever. We had them in strawberry field, string beans, anything that was valuable of teaching them how to work. That's what my family always done.
So I'm curious, would you be able to teach us what you taught your children?
Yes.
What's your step-by-step process?
Step by step. And plenty times, you start, you're a slow person, and after you learn the arc of it, you eventually get faster.
Yeah, that's just about the same with anything.
Yeah.
Typing,
Right.
reading, writing. That goes just about for anything.
It goes on with the work ethics.
Okay, so as you're picking the crab, I see the first thing you do is
Take off the clothes. And back there in the regular crab place where I'm not, I'm over here at the crab place, so I put these on the table. Second, you pull the back off. This is the proper way. Third, you cut the mouth off. You take the stomach out. You take the lungs off, which are called demon fingers. I take my knife, pull that piece of meat out of that claw, cut round the leg, go across, back then, take that piece of egg off, special, go right on in the side. This bone here, you cut it off, and you take a knife or your finger. It cleans your meat out of the shell. Then I go clockwise. Take my knife, cut across the breast. Pick the meat off the shell. This bone here, cut right on across. Then you still got meat in the back of this crab. Going back to the first beginning, cut the legs off, take my knife, cut the back jumbo lump out. Then I take my knife, go through this slice, and I get the meat out.
just like that.
Just like that.
Wow.
And a picker is never been fast, start off fast. A learner always goes slow, but in time, and you doing it every day, you get faster. Going right back, take meat off there, boom, cut round the legs, go across the top. This is the right way. Take that bone out. And you take your knife and you go through these little sockets with meat in it. It took me a while to get fast. I had a sister, my oldest sister, Bertie Merle. She could pick anywhere from 25 gallons to 35 gallons a day, which the money wasn't plentiful. They started off, when I was a little girl, 35 cents a pound.
Wow.
And she could really pick a crab. Then after Meat and Bushers Union came in, that was in early part of the 50s, 453, that was a union number. And they gave the pickers, seafood workers a raise, which was $1. Then it went every other year up to $1.15, $1.50, but it took a while to get to that level. So now, I think it's anywhere from $3 a pound to $3.50. So really 5 pounds back there when I was picking, where a few years back to IT, it was $15 a gallon. So that's a big jump from anywhere $35, $1.50 a pound $15. I think it's $3.50 a pound. So you count that 5 times that now, and it went up.
Wow.
So that was a blessing to a lot of pickers that are picking now, which are very few.
All right, now I'm going to get into the more interesting questions. These are some questions that people really want to know. So, everyone pretty much knows that you started picking crabs at the age of 9, but tell us, what's something interesting that happened to you when you were, say, 25 that has nothing to do with crabs?
Had babies.
Oh.
And I had 4 boys and 2 girls.
Oh, wow.
And that gave me joy. But I kept right on doing what I love doing, picking crabs.
See, that's actually amazing. So you had kids and you were making your living to feed all of them by picking by the pound.
That's right.
So you had no other choice but to become the fastest because you had mouths to feed.
That's right.
I know that's
And I enjoyed every bit.
Well, that's amazing. The Crab Place family definitely enjoys having you with us. You come here on the weekends and you demonstrate to our customers how to pick crabs, and they really value you and pay close attention to what you're doing. And they've even said that after watching you and having your demonstration, they learned how to pick these crabs better and brought more value to their Crab Place experience. So
they get more enjoyment after I teach them. And then I go around to every one of them that don't know how to pick crabs. And I always pick them a ketchup cup. And it's amazing how I can fill a cup up with just 3 or 4 crabs. And they get enjoyment of just watching it. And then I'm talking trash to them.
Well, with you being a beloved member of the Crab Place family for so long, what keeps you coming back year after year to demonstrate how a real professional picks crabs?
For one thing, I enjoy people, and I want them to enjoy themselves. And most of all, Greg King and his family, I've grown close to them because before that I started doing demos over here, but 7 years ago, I picked for them to make crab cakes. And Miss Dolly was making crab cakes, and I was in the back picking the crab along with some of the crab meat that they bought. And I got enjoyment out of that too.
That's awesome. So you're behind some of the best crab cakes then, because I love their crab cakes, and I was just like, anywhere I go, their crab cake does not compare to Crab Place crab cakes.
That's right. It's all in how what you put in.
That's fantastic. So, I mean, you've been picking crabs pretty much all your life, and you're whittling away at these crabs right now. What's your favorite recipe to make with the crab meat that you pick for yourself?
Well, usually, because I always take my grandchildren home, to make crab cakes. My recipe is a cup of mayonnaise, 2 eggs, mustard, Old Bay season. I use parsley flakes, and I roll crackers. They're unsalted crackers, then I put a little mustard. Then I use my favorite recipes to really make them tasty. Sometimes I make dice of small onion up in it, and I just whip it, the mayonnaise, the mustard, and the Old Bay season. Make a paste, and then I put my meat in it and fold it in, and they make the best crab cakes to me.
Wow.
My mouth is tasty right now.
You just gave us a gem. You done gave us the ingredients, how you do it. That's fantastic. Thank you for that. Okay, so you've won around 16 championships. That's a lot of winning. Tell us.
The first year from 91 up to 95 for 8 straight years,
Wow.
I won first place. And then I went second place, which didn't bother me too much, because my cousin Joyce Fidget from down Lysonia, she would win one year. I come back the next year and beat her. So we stayed friends. And she traveled Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania with me to Alabama for 4 years.
Wow. So, I mean, in the rap game, there's groupies, and in acting, there's groupies. Have you ever came across any crab picking groupies?
No, well, we had a group from Baltimore. I think it was in 95. They said they had just came out of a crab picking contest. So when they got up there to the marina and lined up for to sit down, they found that they picked one crab at one or two crabs, and that was their contest. We were picking a bush of basses, and it was amazing to them how we went through crabs in less time.
Wow. I
even had a fellow one year sit beside of me in a clown suit to distract me from what I was doing. And I really worked on him. The more he tried to do something to make me look away from what I was doing, the more I had my eyes right on the prize.
Nice. Okay.
We had fun.
During our crabbing cruise, our MC Flea likes to mention that you're single during the feast. Are you looking?
No, honey. Jesus. I had enough of that crap.
Okay. Well, let's take it back a little bit. Describe a date that you went on that left an impression on you.
The what?
Describe a date that you went on that left an impression on you.
Well, a lot of impressions was left on me because I was honoring my grandmother who taught me. Although she's gone, but her legacy lives on. It makes me very happy that she taught me how to do something that's living on through my life. It was very well managed.
Okay. Do you have a favorite song out that's right now?
No, not right now.
Well, what's your favorite song?
Well,
period.
I tell you what, now I'm in church. The whole game has changed. And I don't have no particular hymn or song that I would enjoy, because I can enjoy them all. And it's all in how you take what's being sung. Sometimes you can hear a record that'll make you say, but all mine have been happy moments. And that's the way I want to continue on.
Okay. Do you watch Netflix? Do you watch Netflix, the streaming?
No, most of mine is soap operas, and they're setting me wild.
So what's your favorite show?
Let's Make a Deal. I sit there every morning.
Oh wow, so you like
people winning money and prizes, and wish I could be there.
Have you ever applied to actually go on the show or try?
No, I haven't tried. I get more enjoyment looking at somebody else.
I hear that. Okay, so if people wanted to meet you, what should they do?
Well, they could meet me over here at your crab place, where all the rest of them meets me. I had a man, when I was picking crabs for crab cakes, and I think he was one of Greg's friends from England. He even took a picture and carried it back to England. So the next couple of years he came, he said, "You're in England?" I said, "When?" He said, "Now, because when you were back there picking crab, I snapped your picture. And you were in England, and we're enjoying the activity because I've been showing your picture to everybody and telling them who you were. But what really got me, I said, England? Oh, there were Queen Elizabeth?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh my God." But I get enjoyment out of teaching people my way of life. Because a lot of people really don't know how to go about it. sometimes they'll come over here to the crab and cruise. They'll take the legs off and they want to bite them. Still pulling it back. They go in the back of the crab, which this crab is a female crab. Mating season, if that crab is mating right behind this apron, it's got little sponges. They call them sponge crabs. And on each of the women crabs during sponge season, sometimes them eggs open up, the apron open up, and all of this inside are baby crabs, but 1,000 or more. So when they drop off, that's how we get our crabs, because it mating season. So this is what you call a female crab.
Wow. Thank you for that.
I'm trying. Well, boy.
Oh, we ain't bringing any mails out.
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna go get one so we can demonstrate that.
All right.
Alright, so.
Now getting back, this is the male crab, and that's where his apron looks. So they mate during mating season. And after they mate, the girl crab had those sponges on.
Could you turn the male crab towards? Okay.
This is the male crab. This is the female crab. So at mating season, this male crab and the female crab mates, and after that they call sponge crab. That's when all those little eggs are forming up behind this apron. That's why they call them sponge crab. So after the sponges drop off the eggs, they form baby crabs, and they grow in the water until they get this size.
Wow.
So, cocktail fingers that I learned the birds to pick the many of them. Oh boy. But anyway, this claw would have been like this, with your meat on it. And usually in the cities they have drinks, and around the top they put salt, and then they dress your drink up with the cocktail finger around it. I wish I could find out. This is a female claw. Of course, they're a little bigger than that, but this is what I'm talking about, the cocktail finger.
Okay.
It's formed just like that, set around it. Another baby crab. And the rest of it is history.
Well, we thank you for being with us today and answering our questions. You've been a delight. You've been very informative, and you've picked some crabs. Can we see what you've actually accumulated in that pan? Wow. Just like that.
It's easy to do. And that's what I teach us. And enjoy doing it because it's amazing to somebody that doesn't know how to do it. And I do a lot of teaching.
That's awesome. Well, people will look forward to seeing you at the Crab and Cruise. And again, we thank you for spending time with us and answering our questions. And we'll see you Saturday.
And I hope that I'll be here, Lord's will. I love coming over here. You're my second family.
Thank you. Thank you.